Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Motorsport Manager. And we are, well, we're 40% through the season now, or at the end of this episode, we'll be 50% of the way through the season, because we've got 10 events in this calendar year, and we are at event number 5. Obviously, you can keep playing the game going forward into the next season, the next one, but I think we'll be good enough with just this 10 event season here for our Let's Play. Some parts have been completed. We are still improving a few things, but I don't have any design in progress because I'm hoping to see if we can get the factories up and running. It might not come up for the end of this series. We'll see how it goes. Might have been better to focus on that first. I don't know. Right now, I'm just trying to get up the reliability of our brand new brakes that we just put together. It's up to 74% for the race, which is today, so that's going to be excellent there. Very, very happy with that. Still the problem that these other brakes that we engineered don't actually have as good performance as some of the originals, but the reliability is a little higher, and we are working on improving that if we can. We're actually working on improving both sets of brakes right now, if at all possible. What I'll probably have to do is at some point do a push through to just try to cap out the suspension, but for now we're going to be okay. I think I'm going to slide things back over to performance over here for now, because the reliability is actually halfway decent. I'll probably go and do something like, we'll work on both brakes reliability a little bit more, but really focusing on the performance side of things for now. Yeah, I don't know, I think that's all right. So I think we've got everything fitted on there. We've got, we're using both sets of brakes again. These brakes are slightly more performant, but I like the slightly higher reliability over there, so I think that's going to be okay. We're using the better engine. What's important in the next race? Top speed, low speed corners, and acceleration is useful, but not as crucial. I'm still going to use the advanced gearbox here because we want to really try to book another really good performance, if we can. We are going to be in Germany. I think the Wonderluck will pay us double bonus with a win in Germany. I don't think it's reported here, but second and above is a little bit harsh. I think ninth and above is very manageable, though, so I think we're going to go ahead and do that. That seems pretty reliable. And yeah, the parts is going to be okay. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine with that. So let's go ahead into the race. Now, I think it was saying that the practice day was going to be wet, but the actual day was going to be clear, which is a little annoying because, again, we might have to be running around on inters during the practice day just so that we don't kill ourselves, and then we won't get quite as much experience with, say, our soft tires or whatever. Yeah. The Ardennes. Nice course. I like this. Lots of trees, lots of windy bits. This would be a lot of fun to drive in real life, I think. Obviously, I wouldn't drive it very fast because I don't actually want to die, but, you know, fast-ish, I don't know. So, well, partly sunny, it's saying now. Weather forecast, 15, and looks like it's going to start off dry. We might get some rain later, but that's going to be okay because we're going to get some opportunity to do that. Now, we got to look at the neck brace on Luigi over here. I'm wondering if we sit Luigi and actually get Adrian in here. And if we do that, is it too late to change the car setup? It is, because I forgot all about that, and I'm just wondering if we should have made sure to really pump Claudia's car as high as possible. I don't know how much the lack of fitness is going to be a problem here. Well, I guess we'll see. It's cold enough. I wonder if we might actually run the whole thing on super soft tires, depending on how it goes. We'll see. Downforce, you're going to need more handling, more speed balance. I think what we're going to do is mostly do this, and we will soften the suspension. Let me go and change the gear ratios a little bit more, something like that. Change the camber. That's pretty extreme, but not necessarily a bad thing. There we go. You'll do that, Earl. And Claudia wants more downforce. I'm actually surprised Earl didn't ask for some. I should probably go and assume he needs more downforce, actually. We'll soften up the suspension. Actually, you want a slightly different speed balance. So we'll do that, and we will soften up the suspension a bit, but then change the gearing a little higher up. I don't think you're going to want it too crazy here. And yeah, we'll use the super softs, and that's going to be fine. We'll run the practice ourselves. It's going to be okay. And we'll get Claudia out there first. I think I don't know, I say it in my head. I don't know if I say it out loud. I'm sure I've called her Julia a lot of times. I think it's because it's like Dreyfus. That's an actress, right? Something like that. I think that's what's doing it for me. Right, so yeah, you can go ahead and do the medium length stint, and then we'll see how that goes. Get out there. And then you head out right behind, and same thing. We'll do a kind of a medium length stint on those and see how it goes. Speed 3. Okay, still no rain predicted, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm not expecting Earl to do fantastically, but I don't even know what his first name is. He's stable. Moved to the beige alert, consistency +2. Well, that's quite good. Claudia has started racing snowmobiles, by the way, which gave her more marketability and more adaptability. I don't know how much the adaptability is going to make a difference in the actual racing, but it's nice to get a few other extra perks. I think Luigi actually got a speeding ticket, which increased his marketability as well. I don't know. He's got a hurt neck, but he's still perfectly happy to go speeding around in his car. Although, I mean, speeding in the car is nothing compared to actually racing these guys. Gear ratios seem way too short. Really? So you really do want a higher top end. And actually, you're complaining about it as well. So we definitely will have to scale up the gear ratios. If you can't hit your top speed, that's not good. I mean, not that there's much in the way of straights. I mean, those are not super tight curves, so I guess there is actually a fair amount of opportunity for speed in some of those bits. So sure, why not? I'll still let you get a few more in there. Arrows feel great, good. We'll get you, hopefully, to at least the medium knowledge before we bring you in. You can see his knowledge develops a lot more slowly over here because he doesn't have the he doesn't have as high feedback stat. So we're up to medium over here. We might even be able to get the high before we bring them in. Weather forecast, it is okay, you know what? It's starting to rain. So we're going to bring you both in after all and put on some inters here. We did get the level 1 on the super soft, so that's going to be okay. So at least we've done that, and then we can adapt to whatever the circumstances are on the actual race day. Too much roll in the car, a lot of water. It's going to taper off a little bit, but we'll probably finish on inters anyway for the practice. There's not that much time. They're finally getting up to the pit stop over here. There we go. All right. So you're complaining the gear ratios are too short, and they're way over here. On those other ways to get more speed balance, yeah, you're not happy about that. Downforce feels good. Looks like you might appreciate a little bit more downforce, which will improve handling a little bit as well. Let's add a little bit more tire pressure, a little bit more negative camber, soften the suspension a little bit more, but then, yeah, go ahead and give you some more gear ratios. It's tough to meet the handling requirements and this. So that's pretty extreme, but we're going to give it a go. And then, yeah, throw in some intermediates. And race until the end. That's going to be fine. Go. Oop, unpause. And he's in the pit lane now. There we go. So we're going to send you back out. And you're you're definitely complaining a lot. Yeah, and again, we'll go to intermediates for sure. Set your stint to there. Very poor handling, and I think you want more in your speed balance. You do need a little bit more speed, so we'll bring the gear ratios back up over here. Looks like you are happy with the downforce at least. To add a little bit more tire pressure, soften up the suspension a scooch, and then bring up the gear ratio some more. And see what that does for you. Only 52% balance. You're really displeased with that. Alright, well, hopefully Claudia will enjoy this a little bit more. Wow, how did Earl get out first? I'm quite surprised. Both on intermediates. Yep, that's fine. That's good. So yeah, it's no longer raining, although it's going to start up again. But the track's never going to dry completely. Actually, it'll end this being super saturated, but that'll be right at the end of things. So hopefully nobody dies in the practice, because that would be bad. Any way to check Earl's stats right here? No, it doesn't look like it, because I'm quite curious to see what his exact numbers are. There comes the rain again. I do like the on-screen weather effect. It's kind of cool. Whatever change the handling isn't working as well now. Really? Gearing is weird. Shouldn't we run longer ratios? Well, I guess you're going to need much longer ratios, in fact, for the real race. So we'll do another swap. We won't get any practice on it, but that'll be okay. It'd be nice if we get the level 2 race trim. Again, we don't get quite as much feedback from... Oh, she's really having a hard time here. Bounce speed is right, so you're okay. You're happy with your gearing. He's going to need a little bit more longer gears. Yeah, we might get the level 2 race trim. That'll be okay. Be nice if we've got one rank out of intermediate tires. It might not happen, though, because, yeah, the race is basically over. I think... Are we still getting any... No, I don't think we're getting to level 2 race trim. That's a disappointing change. Also, notice how cold the inters are. So, at 15 degrees with the inters, with a fair amount of water on the lap over here. We have too much aero? Maybe. Need to soften the handling some more. Well, we'll do what we can here. They're very unhappy with the tuning on this particular run. It has me definitely very concerned. Very concerned that ninth place finish might be tough. Oh yeah, so hold on. What is the actual weather report for today? Well, 19 and clear as far as we can tell. I don't think we'll need the nurse. Our parts are in pretty good condition. Car setup. Wow, you're really unhappy. So you did want softer suspension, but longer gear ratios. Alright, we'll give that a go. Tire choice, super softs, fuel, 9 laps. How long are these suspected to last? Yeah, 11 to 13. So we'll definitely do that. Still need a couple of pits just because of the tire or the fuel limits, but you were happier with the downforce a little higher, which is funny because you also complained about it at some point too, but let's bring up the front angle a bit. Or no, you were happier with less downforce. I misinterpreted that. It's kind of weird that that's like the low side, but so a little less downforce over here. Handling, you're really unhappy with it. I think what we're going to do is stiffen this up. I mean, do we really go to like maximum length on the gear ratios? You were less happy when it was lower. You were definitely happier where it is. And it sounded like you even wanted a bit more, so we'll give you a little bit more gear ratio. Poor, very poor. So you were happier when the handling was a little bit more towards understeer. Which again seems a bit peculiar. Maybe we'll leave it here. I don't think we've got these cars tuned very well at all. But what are we going to do? And yeah, go for the full fuel. That's going to be fine. So we're on super soft. I think our car tire heat's going to be fine. We will start a little bit more aggressive because we will start colder because we're not doing a running start. That's going to be okay. And start a little bit more aggressive, but we'll probably tune that down pretty quickly. So, oh shit, you're back in here? I didn't realize we had to set the driver both times. Well, hopefully he does okay. I mean, he's a better driver than our reserve driver, despite the injury, which has dropped his fitness from something like 12 to 2. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, tire temperature is getting up there, which is going to be good. Forecast is still good, clear, sunny, and the sun will heat up the asphalt a fair bit. So our super softs will be kind of warm most of the time. And you got past there, that's fine. We're going to bring you down to here. The fueling strategy, I mean, I think we can still be a little bit more aggressive because we clearly have some more. I mean, unless we just wanted to run lighter cars with less fuel overall. There we go. All right, let's crank up the speed. So you're in 4th, 17th for Claudia here. Hopefully she can get ahead. Again, I'm really concerned that our tuning is just way, 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 way off. But we got some good parts, and luckily Luigi's doing well. He did start a little higher in the grid, so that makes a big difference. Claudia might be able to make up position a lot better once things spread out a little bit more. Or maybe she'll fall back a little bit more. Tuning could just be that bad. Drops 20th. Alright, 19th. Or not. Come on, 19th. Get in there! I don't know, like, we've got her gearing set really high, but it feels like she's still having tons of problems in these straights. And we've got, like, you know, advanced engines. We haven't improved them all the way performance-wise, but we've done okay. Tire situation seems to be fine. Weather's good. They're spread out enough that if they pitted on the same lap, that would be okay. Well, she's up to 19th now. But yeah, see that, like, the spacing that spreads out there? Although she does okay in the corners. Getting a little ahead again. And there's another pass. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite curious to see what her next sort of straight section looks like, which is these areas are a little straighter. Nice pass. Nice job. Yeah, it looks like the top end speed is probably a little lacking, but otherwise things are going okay. Meanwhile, Luigi's gotten himself in third position. Second. Yeah. Well done. So as always, a lot of this will come down to pitting and how that goes. How's the car condition? Anything weird has developed? No, you look okay. You look okay. We need to get our suspension improved at some point. If we could get freaking factory with more improvement slots, that would make a really big difference. It's funny if you like start with one of the most advanced teams, like in the most advanced league, and you can have like a maxed out factory. Then you've got all 8 performance slots and all 8 reliability slots unlocked. You can just improve your parts like mad. It's really good. Well, although you're still splitting the effort of your crew, so you still need like decent amount of staff to make it worth splitting that much, right? But it's still quite handy game. My God, you're actually challenging for first place there, Luigi. Meanwhile, Claudia's in 14th, so she's definitely moved up. Tires are at good temperature. You're starting to consume a little bit. We are definitely going to need to pit you guys soon. So where's the pit? It's over here. I wonder if you have to pit on this lap or not. It looks like... No, you'll be able to make it to the next one perfectly fine. Excellent. So I'm just going to schedule your pit stop now. Do we keep with Super Soft? That seemed to work pretty well. You're gonna have to swap the tires right about the same time that you start to run low on fuel. So I'm very happy about that. I'm satisfied with our parts. I think we'll just keep the balance pitting. That's going to be okay. And do that. So let's go over to Claudia, who just passed the pit zone. Perfect. So she will schedule a pit on the next one. Same sort of thing. She gets a little bit less life out of the Super Softs. But we do have the 5% performance boost on this, whereas we don't have it on the Softs. Still, I wonder. It's warm enough. I bet you the temperature on these would be pretty good. No, this is going to be fine. I'm actually wondering if we should just go in with that. She'll have to pit a little bit earlier, but that's fine. We have 15 laps. Well, it's going to be 14 laps remaining after this. So yeah, we'll go a little bit lighter. We could even do that, but that might time out badly. If we do this on the Super Softs, I think that'll be better for her. Parts are good. Okay, let's do it. So Luigi, he's going to be the first to pit. Nicely spread out. Oh, you're in the battle for first. Now they're both going to pit slightly ahead. If we can go into the pit slightly ahead, that'll be potentially really good because he's going to be forced to slow behind us. And if we can rush out before he does, do we take a higher risk one? Because it'll be really important to not get blocked in behind that guy. And we are far enough ahead of third, who might also be pitting. Yeah, you know what? Actually, we'll just do the... Do we save a second if we do that? No, I mean, it might be a fraction of a second, so it still might come into play. We're going to go fast, because I think if we have an accident that happens in the pit, I don't think it's going to hurt us that much. It's not going to drop us too badly down by third. But if we can beat the guy in first and get out of our little garagey area before he does, it's going to be significant because he'll be stuck behind us coming out of the pit lane instead of the other way around. Okay, we're going to do that. Okay, going in fairly ahead. See, this guy's stuck behind us. Then he has to go. Mistake. We did still get out ahead of the guy who was in first, though. I'm pretty sure about that. That was the problem. I mean, we took a risk. And I didn't... Actually, I should have noted the specific names of the people to confirm that that was actually okay. So the 3 people ahead of us, I think this guy in 5th, I think... It must be. This guy in 5th was the one we were dueling in first, so we still got out ahead of him, so that was okay. The 3 people in front of us haven't pitted because they were on soft instead of super soft, but they're still going to have to pit twice because of fuel, so that's going to be A-okay. Weather forecast, I should have double-checked before doing anything, but it seems to be alright. You're down to 16th. Most people in front of you have pitted, so that's not great for Claudia. I don't know if we want to make any adjustments. I don't think so, because the tire temp is ideal. I think if we pushed it a little higher, then there's a risk that we might get a little bit of a timing problem with some of our pit stops, and we'll see how it goes. But then there we go. We're in first again now that these guys have pitted. I think that worked out pretty well. It turns out maybe I didn't need to do the fast pit. Although if I'd done the slow pit and a mistake had happened, then maybe we would have gotten out too late. That's something to consider. Luigi leading this whole time. I think we could probably go to like the medium fuel consumption for you. And you. Because we're not needing to overtake. And we just have to make sure there's not a weird timing problem here. Probably it's fine. But again, we didn't load full fuel here, so means our lap times are a little faster. Just keep a close eye on things. He'll have to pit a little first. Excellent. Back up to 13th. I mean, it'd be great if both drivers finished well, make sure that we've got high placement overall. Also, keeping Claudia's morale up would be nice. But it turns out that having Luigi driving this has worked out really well for us. So, I don't know, the fitness. Maybe he'll tire more. Maybe the late side of the race will go worse. Ooh, this guy's challenging. And he does have that higher top speed. And we know that Luigi's not quite as good about overtaking. So, I mean, we could have maybe set his engine strategy a little bit more intensely, but I don't know. I don't know. Again, you know, having the lighter car with a little less fuel might win us something else. I mean, this guy is clearly a very good driver with a very good car. We don't have the best car in the field at all. So that's kind of legit. Claudia is in 13th, and how close are you to fighting for something? You know, a little further away, and this is the place where they're going to put in a little bit more distance on the straights here. Although it's nice to see the two of them dueling, because they might slow each other down a little bit while they do that. Meanwhile, you are 2 seconds and growing. 3 seconds, yeah, behind the first place guy. He's really doing well, and the guy behind you is actually catching up here. Alright, let's go and put you back in higher engine burn. So you're halfway through. You've got more tire left. Like, I'm worried. I don't know what the timing's going to be exactly for these laps. Because it would suck. Like, it would be nice just to squeeze out one more. That way our final stint could be with a fairly light car. Where I don't know exactly how the timing is going to work out, so. Because right now, yeah, we could, at this point, do exactly 3 more laps and be okay. It's going to be risky. We might need to do a fuel conservation lap, but it actually might work out fairly well with the timing. Same thing with Claudia. I think they're both going to work out pretty well, where they're going to do their final pit with, like, you know, 1/10 of a tank of fuel left. And that'll be alright. Tire temperature is going up. Did the weather go up? No, they're just getting a little warmer. Still going to be clear all the way through. And there's so few laps that finishing on super softs is going to be okay. Yeah, there we go. We can do 2 more full laps and be fine. And then, yeah, just put a little bit of fuel in. Go in with like a half tank for the final thing. Claudia, big overtake. A bunch of people, I think, did just stop the pit. So that's part of it. So, assuming that I'm reading this correctly, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to make it back to the pit on fuel in the next one here. Just got to make sure. So you're here, 1.2. Yeah, I think you're going to be fine. So, we're just going to schedule this now. You're going to have 6 laps remaining, so we're going to put. It's very minimal, but it's probably going to be fine. Ooh, we have to fix that. We have to. It'll be a little tight, but I think it's going to be okay. I mean, I could put more in and then drive more aggressively, but I think we're going to do it. 6 laps remaining after pit stop. We'll have 6.1 laps of fuel. Go back to balance. There's a lot of changes there, so there's more of a risk that something might go wrong. And the faster thing doesn't save that much. So, Claudia, you're here, and likewise, you're going to have enough fuel to finish 1 more lap. There we go, and we'll go in for the pit. Super Softs, you're going to have 5 laps remaining, so we have 5.2 fuel in there. Park condition, oh, this engine. Yeah, we're going to have to fix that. That sucks. I think we'll try to live with the other stuff. And you're going to go with balanced. Weather's still clear. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Low fuel over here, but you should be okay. And running out of fuel doesn't actually stop you. It just makes you go really slow. But assuming that we've mapped out everything like we saw it properly, there should have been enough fuel to reach the pits again without us changing to a more conservative fuel ratio. We are, actually both our characters are currently first and second, except they're going to go in with a long pit stop here, and that's going to hurt. That is definitely going to hurt. Exiting third, that's not too shabby. Most likely the two people ahead of us aren't going to be doing another pit though. Front wing looks better, good stuff. And you're going to come out in 13th, so that did slow you down. And again, the rest of the people doesn't look like they're going to be pitting again either. But we've got fairly light cars telling us about excess fuel, except I think it's excess fuel by a tiny scooch. So I was interpreting this as a warning before, but I think it's just trying to tell you, yep, you'll make it to the end without another pit stop. So it's good. It's green extra fuel. We don't have a whole lot of laps left. I'm wondering if I should drive the tires a little bit more aggressively here. Yeah, you can push your tires because you've got a little bit more smoothness. I don't know about the rest. Sure, go for it. Because 19, 20, 21, 22, 4 laps left. I don't know, if the tires get smoking hot, it might be particularly bad, but I'm really worried about dropping to 4th place there, but I don't think we can necessarily go and burn more fuel in this. Just watching the tire temperature. It's not sunny right now, so there's at least that, although the air temperature is going up. Yeah, the tire temperatures are rising too quickly. We're going to have to go back to neutral on both. Luigi really fighting to hold that 3rd place. Really fighting there. I mean, at this point, unless we run out of fuel, we're definitely going to very comfortably end up in the top 9th, get our sponsorship boost, and should net a fair deal of points for the team, which is going to be really nice. And Luigi in particular is going to end up with a good placement, which is going to be nice. It's too bad about Claudia. Pretty sure there's just a lot of bad tuning going on here, and it's very much my fault that the practice didn't go quite as well as it could have. And it saddens me greatly. Go Claudia. This is fuel. So 21. So I mean, and where are you? Oh, you're nearly done. So you're about to go. So you're on. Are you on your last lap? How did you end up with so much more fuel? Well, whatever. Both of you guys go to like max, and actually your tire and your tire. Yeah, it's gonna get hot, but that's okay. I mean, you're on your final lap literally now. Hell, you can go to full attack mode and go crazy. The same thing here. Does increase the chance of a disaster, but how far are you? Yeah, you're not going to catch the person in front of you, but this might help you not fall down into 4th, which would be great. But you're here on your final lap. Yeah, you're going to have plenty of fuel left. Yeah, I did not say when I hit it. Did it not say? Maybe I needed to wait for him to finish the finish line, because he's ending up with a lot more fuel than I thought. Why did he end up with so much fuel? I don't know. I don't understand. I thought it said 6 laps left, and he'd exit the pits with 6.2 laps worth of fuel in his tank. Well, I don't know. There's that Jia guy. He's been doing really well. When he doesn't crash, he does really well. Alright, race finished. If we hadn't to do a few part replacements, it would have gone even better, but you know, that's going to happen. Other people do part replacements, and that's going to be fine. 5 laps on the last one. It must be something about where the pit was that the numbers were a little bit confusing. I don't know. Scrutineering, both of them are using slightly off-spec gearboxes. Okay. But that's the only part, so I think the individual chance of getting caught was a little bit lower. So 18 points for Luigi there. Claudia just booked 9 points. That's not bad. We did get the extra reward, which is going to be nice. We've got a podium finish over here. Look at that. We're 8th and 9th overall with our 2 drivers. That's actually kind of nice to see. And team-wise, we are in 5th. I mean, we're very close to falling down to 6th place again. But as long as we're 6th or above, our chairman will be very, very happy. So things continue to go well there. We will run this and let the cars get repaired and then see what kind of adjustments we want to make. Again, I'm probably not going to design another part. It's late enough in the season that we might not have the ability to bring it up to appropriate reliability anyway. So your morale, hopefully, went down a bit. That's too bad. That's too bad. Getting a little bit more cornering skill. She's got some good skills. Relationship with the mechanic's not as high as we'd like. Okay, we need that over 8 million to get the to start working on the, what, next level factory, I guess. Next level factory unlocks a lot of other buildings. Car condition update. Yeah. Interview. Well, if I had run the nurse on Claudia, she might have been able to avoid one part repair. So maybe I should just run that all the time. Sure, what do you want? Luigi was beaten by this guy. Would you consider bringing him in next season? No, I have 100% belief in my drivers. Won't even discuss terms with me. Oh, he doesn't like the fact that I won't consider hiring him. Okay. That's fine, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I probably should be doing some... I'm not doing any scouting probably right now, and I should probably look into doing some of that. Just to get an idea, my drivers over here, they're getting paid about $300,000 per race. So if we scout people maybe at about they're currently getting paid, say, $400,000 per race, we probably want in our racing series. Because they might not be willing to make the move. Right, so you can't sort by two things, so that's a little trickier. I mean, okay, these guys are actually lower, but we might still want to look at them. Who knows? It's entirely possible that despite being paid, and there's the break contract fee, which is important, that being paid less per race right now, they might still end up being better. So, here, you're a little bit more expensive. We'll look at you. A few over here. And you over here. So we're just queuing up a whole bunch of stuff. There you go. You're in the right range there. Maybe you. I mean, most likely to recruit them, we're going to have to offer them more money than they're currently being paid. But there we go. All right, so we got a bunch of things in the queue over there. We're still doing the repairing, so let's just wait for that to finish. And considers what's what. For the next race, what do we need? Acceleration, deceleration, medium speed corners. So gearbox, brakes, and shocks. Now the shocks, the suspension is something that we've never improved. So we probably need to do that because right now our medium speed cornering is not fantastic. We'll focus on improving performance right now. That's going to be fine. So there's not a lot of reliability love being put in here, so we don't really need to worry about too much of what's going on here. That's like a 0% impact on both of these. But yeah, if we can focus on improving suspension, I think we'll be quite happy with that. And I guess this will be a fine place for us to put a cut in here. Some of the other divisions are having some races going on right now. And so that just finished that racing weekend. So yeah, we've got 24 days until the next race. We're going to see if we can't... is it going to be... This prediction might change. Tire wear, very low. Fuel burn, low. Tire types, soft and mediums. Well, it'll be interesting to see if it's a hot day or not. If it's going to be overcast like it says, then probably we'll be running the softs rather than the mediums. And that probably suits me just fine because I think we need the extra handling boost from the softs just because we don't have the key suspension over here. But 3 days before a race, we will cap out the performance of both these before the race starts. And that's actually exceptionally good news. That's really good news, actually. That should actually make a big difference, because I think a lot of the other teams have put in some work developing this, and so it'll be nice to get there. We've got both of our engine performances completely capped out. That's also a really beautiful thing to see. Probably the next thing I'll do is work to finish capping out the brake performance, because we know that these are not illegal. Also, I mean, our average brakes here are still not better than some of the originals, so they really, really do need some love. Even though we've been using them, which is kind of nuts, but, you know, whatever. It's fine. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.